Hi there and good evening. It's lovely to have your company. This is Esther from Stamp and Star Creations. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Tonight I've got for you some cards that I want to finish off. So last week I started trying to make some cards and finishing off some projects that I started but didn't get a chance to finish. So the idea today is that I've kind of grouped together some stamps and some other techniques to come and show you tonight, and then I'm going to be heading over to YouTube and I've got something else planned. So the project I've got to go onto YouTube is by using one colour, one stamp set and one DSP, actually, some nice special designer series paper. So it's lovely to have your company. I do like people to greet me and say hello if you're coming on, and you can share out this broadcast. I'm really sorry about the mattress to the right of me. We've had family staying, and yes, it's left over from when they've stayed, and you know when you've got to rejig your whole house when you have people staying, so just ignore it. Sometimes it's the washing, today it's the mattress. I'll show you in a minute what I've got planned. So welcome. I can see a few familiar faces. Do let me know how your day is and whether you've been affected by the storms recently. So we had some new fence panels put in today. Well, we had to do it ourselves, so a bit of manual labour. So we got on and did that this afternoon after the family left. So it's a bit lonely in my craft room today without my sister being with me. If you want to catch us together crafting, then you do have to head over to YouTube for that and have a look at that, because we did some crafting together. It was so much fun, and I really miss her, really missing the family. So you're here to keep me company tonight. Anne-Marie says she's watching and trying to craft at the same time. She says hello to everybody, and hi Joyce, and I can see Ellie on as well. So without further ado, let's turn you around and let's get crafting. Now, the other thing that my sister has done is come along and said, here, stick your mount over there instead of here. So it's a bit further away than usual, and it's a slightly different setup. Now, the only thing that is a little bit tricky is where I put my lamp, but we'll try and work with it and see how it goes. Somebody said, Ellie says, hello, what a shame Ruth couldn't stay longer. It's a real shame. We had such a lovely time together. Unfortunately they had to go. They've got commitments, which is, you know, it happens, it's fine. Hi Jeannie and Sarah. Okay, I wasn't going to start with this one, but I think I will, because I really like it and it's sat on the top. So, oops, we don't need that colour. If you want to see how I coloured these in, these were from a live I did a couple of weeks ago. So I've gone ahead and coloured in the bunny, doing this kind of ombre effect using some alcohol markers, and I mounted them onto some card, and so they're all ready to go. I cut out a piece of silver. Now the circle is there for a reason. I get very frugal when it comes to my glimmer paper, so I cut out as much as I can from the inside so that I've got a nice silver circle to play with, and it takes away the bulk as well, and nobody actually sees that side that's stuck down, so that's a great way to craft. So with this particular one here, I wanted to mount it onto the same colour, so we're using Pool Party, and I'm using a piece of Whisper White, and I've cut down this lovely piece of detailed laser cut paper, which comes in a pack, and you get different sheets and different designs, and this was one of the designs in there. And I wanted to see what it's like if I could try and brayer. I'm just going to try and grab out my I need a scrap piece of paper, that'd be handy. I was going to try and brayer this to see if I could colour it in using my sponge brayer. Now this is very delicate paper, and I'm mindful that I don't want to tear it, so I've got to be careful. Now I've also got to watch the time. I've promised people that I'll be over on YouTube, so I'm going to try and roll it this way in the direction of the paper. Now you might not be able to see much colour at the moment. In fact, I'm going to keep inking it up a bit more. It did have some colour left on it. So when you are using a sponge brayer, you want to go in one direction, a bit like the boy band, and then you just roll that onto your paper. So ideally I wanted it to be darker on one end than the other end. Actually, I'm managing to roll it and not actually scratch the paper or pick it up. I'm managing to... Now if I move this, you can see that actually makes quite a nice stencil as well. So laying down more colour on the bottom, but I'm going to work my way up the top a bit, so you might have a hint of colour at the top half as well. Now this is very difficult to see when you're on screen, I know, but hopefully when I put it against the white you'll be able to see the contrast of the blue being picked up there. So we want it nice and subtle to go with our subtle card. So has anyone else got a sponge brayer like this? These are really cool, blending colours and for crafting. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this... Oh, sorry, I've just moved the comments up and I didn't realise there was more comments. So, hi Sarah. Joyce says she sat in the car while her daughter's at footy training. Well, I'm glad you're in the shelter of your car, Joyce. Hi Maureen. Hi, Maureen says hello to everyone. Jeannie says, which is so smart. What were you referring to there, Gina? I missed it, sorry. Ellie says she still has the laser cut sheets from when she went to on stage. She must get using them. Yes, you should put a card front under it and get 2 for 1. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hi Cheryl and hi Vicky. Okay, let's get sticking. I've got a few to get through, so I need to make sure I get through this. So we do have something called a fine tip glue pen, which you can use to cut this laser sheet. The other technique you can do is to cut yourself a sponge and dab a bit of glue with the sponge and dab it all over your detailed paper. But 1, I'm lazy, 2, I'm trying to be quick, and so this is why I'm going to just dab little dots of multi-purpose liquid glue onto here and transfer it this way instead, for those reasons that I've just said. And there's Ruth. It's not the same in my craft room without you, Ruthie. There we go. Right, so we're going to try and transfer this onto here. Take your time. And then you just want to set those leaves into place. I'm just going to hit it on the top. The sparkle paper cutting the circle out is so smart. Oh, I see, yes. Oh, yes, I don't like wasting my sparkly paper. Hi, Jan. Great to have your company. So we're going to get sticking with this. And then let's move on swiftly to the next card. So the other thing is glue doesn't always like sticking to glimmer paper, so it gives you a good basis for being able to stick something through the middle. It helps it to stick down. Now I'm wondering if we should stick those with dimensionals. That might look quite sweet being popped up. So I'm wondering if we can get through the 4 cards. I think we can. I think we can. I'm going to be generous with the dimensionals. There we go. So you can share this broadcast out. I'm sure you're all part of crafty groups or have crafty friends that might enjoy watching or might know that you do this but have not seen it before. There we go. Isn't that cute? So just from that image we've managed to step it up a little bit, combine some papers, do a bit of brayering, and we've created that card. Okay, let's bring on another one. Now another excited one I want to do. Oh, well, there's a couple that I want to do, but which one? Should we do the brightly coloured one? Okay. So with these elephants, I've had so many lovely bright colours with it that I wanted to do something carrying on the theme with the bright colours. I happen to have a pre-cut Bermuda Bay circle, which was perfect. Look at that fit. That was a perfect fit. So I'm going to glue those down together. So I've got a nice border. Super cute bunny, says Janice, thank you. And then I've got some bright melon mambo, and I thought I could cut some leaves out with this, punch some leaves out with my leaf punch here, which is available from my shop. These products are all available from my shop at stampinstarcreations.co.uk. So you turn your punch over so you can see what you're doing. And 3 being the magic number, we like to work with 3. And we like to get our tweezers, I say we, the royal we. And I'm just going to give them a bit of texture by bending those leaves. Now I thought, the background is still a bit plain, so I want to do something with it. How can I jazz up that white background to make it look a bit more inviting? And I thought, oh, I know, I've got a technique that I did at Christmas that I'd like to do, and I'm going to share that with you today. So I'm going to show you lots of different techniques. I'm going to move these off to one side for a moment, and I'm just going to trim down my Melon Mambo layer, which is the pink colour. I'm going to flip this around because it's got a jagged edge that needs cutting off, and I'm just using that base card as my template to cut it. Oh, Jan's testing me. She says, what colours did you use for the elephant? Jan, I used so many different bright colours. Let's have a look. I can try and tell you. I reckon Bermuda Bay, Granny Apple Green, Pumpkin Pie, Flirty Flamingo, Rich Razzleberry, Highland Heather, Night of Navy and Daffodil Delight. And lovely lipstick by the looks of it. So no, I made that before, so that wasn't something I made tonight. Now this is where I need to clear the decks a little bit, because for this technique, where's my white card gone? This is what I need. And I'm going to grab out some more bright colours with the Stampin' Blend. So some of those colours that I've just mentioned to you. My necklace is rubbing on the table, I might have to take it off. It keeps banging. Granny Apple. So we're going to use these bright colours here. I'm going to get myself a block that you can, this is what you'd normally put your stamp on, but it's a great leverage for whacking your Stampin' Blends over. So the Stampin' Blends come with 2 ends. You've got your brush end and your felt tip end, and you want the brush end for this. It doesn't work as well with the other end. Yes, thank you, Ellie. Jan, there is a previous video of when I actually did the elephants, and I looked at lots of different colouring techniques. So by hitting it over the block, it helps to give you these really cool splatters. And I'm just incorporating some of the colours that I've used for the elephants. Make sure I use the right end. So it gives this really fun speckled look. And this looks great with really soft colours as well. I've done this with some more pastel colours. So sorry about the banging. I know that's really loud in your ears, but it's in order to do this technique. Okay, so let's put those to one side. And let's bring back our paper. So look at that, isn't that fun? That gives you a really cool, fun effect without taking away any of the focal point from your card. So yes, you can go ahead and add sentiments to these. Sometimes it's nice to have some blank cards in your stash for special occasions, or if you've got an occasion coming up and you don't have a card ready for it, but you might have something in your stash that is suitable. So sometimes that's handy to have. So you could also emboss this strip if you wanted to. So because I know I'm going to add some leaves to the edges, I am leaving a bit of a gap around my circles so that I can tuck in those leaves. Again, I could have probably popped in on some dimensionals, but for the sake of time, we're just going to stick it fairly flat and let the leaves do the talking. And we're going to tuck these in behind there. Try and remember, when it goes in an envelope, you don't really want it hanging over the side of the card too much. Now, do we want 2 up there? Maybe 1 down there. There we go. So just by twisting those leaves can give a nice texture. Ellie says splatters make a lot of difference. Yeah, I'm thinking bright, I'm thinking fun, I'm thinking, let's party. So there we go. I think it needs a sentiment, maybe a bit of ribbon. We can work on that one. But there you go, card number 2. So there's our first one with a brayer ring, and this one with our Stampin' Blends. Let's move on. I want to do some stamping. So we're going to go a little bit more neutrally. Is there such word as neutrally? Let's grab out the other tray of inks. And I'm thinking a bit of birch. I wasn't going to do birch, but Janice likes the elephants. Oh, thank you. But I thought actually it gives a nice texture in the background. So I wanted tone on tone colours. What am I saying? I do like monochromatic things, because I think same colours can actually speak volumes. What did I say, Ellie? Sometimes I talk so fast that I can't keep up with what I'm saying. So a technique I learned from my sister is that you can just pick up the ink. You know, if you've got a big stamp like this, you could just pick up the whole thing rather than mounting it on a block. As you can see, I kind of rolled it into the ink, and you can just roll it then onto your card. So I've chosen a very light colour. So this is Sahara Sand. So I want this to be in the background, not taking over my card, but just to create texture in the background. Oh, neutrally, yes, neutrally. It's a new word they should have in the dictionary now, because I just said it. And I'm wanting to bring on Thoughtful Blooms, because I love the idea of maybe this border, maybe a few leaves behind the bunnies, maybe even some flowers. So let's have a look. I wonder if these leaves will fit behind my bunnies. If not, we'll make them fit. So I'm going to bring in a dark colour, being soft suede. I can see laughter emojis. You can press those emojis, the Facebook emojis, and they do show up on my screen. So if you're laughing along with me, if you're loving along with me, or if you're liking along with me. We rarely use the angry one here. So let's get some. Oh, that's nice. Maybe I should do second generation stamping. So stamp, and then I'm going to move it slightly and stamp again. I should have done it with this one, but I'll just go back in. And there, you're all laughing at me now, are you? Oh, I like that. That's pretty. Okay, so I said I was going to attempt to use that border one. Whoops. Stop chucking the stamps around. Now, with long border ones like this, they might have a tendency to bend when you stick them onto your block. So the best thing to do, I can see Vicky pressing all the emojis, is to lie your stamp down on a flat surface and then pick it up, and then you're more likely to have it straight. If you're super, super tidy and want it super, super straight, then you can use your grid lines and lay it along your grid paper first before going ahead and stamping afterwards. So I'm feeling the need for maybe, hi Gina, a bit of border at the bottom here. And I might just put a little bit at the top here, just a token bit of border, just to create something. Okay, what else have we got in here? I like the idea of the leaves and not go too crazy with everything, but maybe just have create a background with, I'm going to choose a slightly larger stamp block so I can spread the leaves out a bit and kind of create my own background stamp using just the leaves. And I might, oh, there's a bit of dottage, might have to have a bit of spottage in a minute, might have to use, I love this teeny tiny one as well. So let's just see how that looks. Now it'll be quite a strong colour if I went in with that, so let's maybe go, let's try grey granite to see how that comes out. Now I'm going to do it here behind the rabbit, so that if I don't like it I don't have to use it. But we're going to use this just again as, oops, she says, I misstamped that, oh well, as a kind of background design. So just grouping those stamps together and using it as a bit of a background design to my card. Okay. Again, this could probably do with like a little sentiment, maybe over here. But it's something, you know, you can play with. Let's have a look what else we've got. I was going to use the dots. I do like the dots around here, don't we? And I'm going to go back with soft suede and use the dots around and extend that design where the rabbits are. Try and incorporate the patterns together. Now let's go back with the border. I'm thinking it looks as if something's lacking around here, so I'm going to be careful to try and go straight on here and just create some more visuals. Oh, I misstamped. Let's try again. Yes, we love a bit of dottage around here. Good morning, Carol. See, there was a lot of blank space there, so I was just trying to fill it up a little bit more so we didn't have too much blank space. There, I think I'm going to leave that like that. Put those to one side. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got a few minutes to show you the last one. So I think I can go ahead and stick this down. I might use some more dimensionals, which... Oh, I've got that tiny stamp there. I don't want to lose that. I didn't use it in the end, which is fine, but you don't want to lose it for when you do want to use it. Don't lose it, or else if you don't use it or lose it. What do they say? What's the saying? Okay. So welcome if you've just joined us. Let me know where you're coming in from. I'm just finishing off some scrap cards. There's our elephant card. There's our rabbit card. I really like it. It's kind of really reminds me of winter, that card. They've all got their own theme today. So this is kind of, well, I say vintage only because it's a browny colour. And we've got the party elephants and we've got the wintry rabbits. Okay, last but by no means least, I created this background paper, and you can see how that was done on my YouTube channel, same name as my Facebook channel, and we've done these temperature foxes. Now when I hurriedly cut these out, I did a boo-boo, so I need to cover that up. So the plan was to get my flowery punch that actually matches that stamp set I was just using, so they will cut out those flowers there, and to create some more flowers to cover my boo-boo. Janice says this piece is gorgeous, thank you. Now if you were with me last week, we created some very cute kind of rose type flowers, and I'm going to try and recreate them now for you, but I thought I'd do 3 colours. So I've got cherry cobbler, calypso coral and mango melody. I've noticed I've lobbed that flower off. I'm going to cut another one out. And I can't remember who told me about it, but they suggested about using glue dots, so I'm going to do that instead. Deborah says, I missed you, but the cards are adorable. Thank you. So I'm going to give them all a bit of a encouragement to bend around a bit, like that. Because it helps to give that 3D look, and it breaks up the fibres in the paper. It sounds good, doesn't it? I know that's what it does, but when I say it, it makes it sound very profesh. So that's, I mean, that is the truth. That's what it's doing, because obviously cards are flattened and pressed, and you're just helping to encourage it to go the way that you want it to go. So this is a bone folder, and I'm just rolling it through there. It's a bit like when you're curling ribbon, when you're making it go all curly, but we're doing the same with the cardstock. So I'm going to encourage these flowers to close a bit more because I want them to close around a bit more tightly. Oh, love it. It's 7:30 in Southern Australia. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell, says Carol. So let's encourage this one to close a little bit more. I'm guessing you could put some pearls or something inside. Shall we see what we've got to put inside our flowers? And I was going to sit the flowers around the front. I mean, you obviously need like maybe a... I'm feeling the need for leaves now. Let's see if I've got... bear with, please. Got a tiny bit of shaded spruce. So we could use this to cut some leaves. Oh, I know what, let's bring out, to make it different, we'll bring out the sprig punch, which is this one here. We'll cut a couple of these out, shall we? See what that looks like. It's kind of like an autumn-winter, well, summer, autumn-winter card, all in one go. Oh, look, perfect. Right, let's have a look, see what I've got in terms of centres for those flowers. Oh, don't chuck it around, Esther. Oh. I have got, these might work. Got some of those left. Oh, I don't have a ready one. Let's see what I've got. Or I've got some, it's an all seasons fox, isn't it? I've got these lovely gold centres. Just for the sake of time, I'm going to use these lovely gold centres. These pearls come in the gold and the silver. Look, there's the silver ones, and here's the gold ones. So let's fill these. Vicky says, cute card, thank you. So I think when you give the flowers a scent, I mean, you can stamp the flowers first. But I think for the sake of time, I'm just going to cut these out like I did, punch them out, and we're going to get this stuck down together. So I stamped this across an A5 sheet, which is half of our UK A4, like a full-size piece of paper. So I've got two of these to play with, this being one of them. Now, because we're adding things on top, I'm going to stick this down flat in the middle. I've got a sneeze coming on. Excuse me. Oh, do excuse me. Right. Let's start with the centre flower. Then the mango, then the cherry. Sounds like a bowl of fruit, doesn't it? Oh, he's coming off. Stay down. It's because it's wet glue. It just takes a little while to adhere. It gives you a bit of wiggle room. And then you can, then it will hold fast. Thank you. Bless you. All saying bless me. Thank you. Just catching up on any comments I might have missed. Okay. So I'm offsetting. Oh, I was going to use glue dots. I forgot. Never mind. I'm offsetting the flower. So come on, a bit of cooperation would be good. So when I say offsetting, you're moving your petals to the, so that you can see the other petals underneath. I've stuck these down in a hurry. I've had a word with myself about hurrying and crafting, because that's when things go wrong. And look, I've unglued that now. Oh, Esther, what are you doing, love? We'll fix this in a minute. Afterwards, we'll fix it. Okay, we're going to stick these down, then I'm going to head over to YouTube because I've got more plans for more things, more projects. Look, that fits so nicely around that, what am I saying, oval. It's an oval. I must remember that for Christmas. In fact, the fox could have probably done with going up a little bit, and I'm just going to bring in some twine because I've got a feeling I might put a little bow. Vanessa says, don't ever stop a sneeze, it's your body's ways of fixing issues. That's really interesting. I'm going to watch the split now, but I'll keep watching you with the sound down. Oh, okay. What is the split? I don't know if I've heard of that before. Okie dokes. There's always the replay. I'm thinking maybe a little bow on the top might just... I'm not sure. Do you vote for the bow or not to bow? That is the question. I'll try and look for my decent scissors. Adorbs, says Gina, adorbs. What do you reckon? Should we bow it? Hi Gayleen. Oh, I'm just wrapping up and I'm going to head over to YouTube. And then centre or side? I'm thinking side. Are we thinking bow? I've got a vote for bow. I've got thumbs up. We can always take it off again, can't we? Let's quickly do this and then I need to go and clear the desk. There we go. Alrighty. So there's number 1. Oh no, number 4 technically. Number 3, a side bow. Oh good. Number 2 and number 1. Or using those really cute graphics or stamps that were from the stamp set Wildly Happy. So place your votes even after this video. Let me know number 1, number 2, number 3 or number 4, which is your fave. Which one did you like the best? Let me know. So if you're not following me already, you can follow me over to YouTube. It's become a bit of a regular saying for me now. I'm heading over to YouTube. I've got my basket of stuff behind me ready to go on. So you can give me maybe about 3 minutes to clear my desk and to maybe grab a drink and catch me in a bit for some more projects, but something completely different. So I'll see you over there in a minute. Thank you very much. Somebody says the elephants are her favourite. You like them all though. Ah, number 4 for the fox. People love the elephant. Great stuff. Okay, thank you so much everybody. I'll catch you around next Tuesday, same kind of time. I think I was trying to say 8:30 UK time. Take care. Gina loves the bunnies. Do comment after you've seen this and I can catch up with all your comments. Great stuff. All right, see you in a minute. Mwah. Bye.